Hey class, welcome to week 11. We're going to be talking about some inferential statistics this week, and we're getting real philosophical with it. So you have two major points of interest this week. One is just the general concept of hypothesis testing, and the other is the philosophical sort of writings and beliefs of Karl Popper. And those philosophical underpinnings are really the foundation of modern science and how we use statistics. So you're going to go over just what hypothesis testing means, what goes into it, and then you're also going to hear Karl Popper's paper on falsification and how that plays in. I might recommend that you guys do the reading before you jump into Popper. It might be a little easier for you guys that way, just because I feel like the reading, it's a textbook chapter. It's very straightforward, pretty practical. It might be a little easier for you guys to digest, whereas Popper is philosophy, so it's a little heavier and a little deeper. Might be easier for you to reflect on it when you have something to reflect on. So for a lot of you guys, you might not be familiar with hypothesis testing, so maybe start there, and then as you're listening to Popper reading his paper, you can kind of think about how it applies to what you've learned. Just a suggestion, you're welcome to do it in any order you want. So for your discussion, it's going to be pretty straightforward. You're just going to talk about how testing the null hypothesis, as you learn it in the hypothesis testing textbook, is in line with Karl Popper's theories. So you're just going to kind of talk about it. You guys only have one prompt this week, so try your best not to be too repetitive. But again, I understand it's hard with one prompt. So do your best. I'd love if you could bring in some examples that maybe will freshen up your responses and kind of bring in your own take. So yeah, hopefully this week will help you kind of understand the null hypothesis, why we do things this way. Understanding the philosophical basis for the statistical analyses of research is a huge help in understanding the statistics themselves. After that, it's really just a matter of plugging in what tests are appropriate based on your design, based on your variables. You really need to understand what you're measuring and how you're measuring it before you really jump into those specifics, which are much less important to this course because you guys aren't really going to be doing statistics. You're going to be reading them. So as always, if you have any questions at all, this is a pretty thought-provoking chapter. It might be a little confusing. Take your time. I'd like you guys to, again, just really take your time with this material, really kind of reflect on it, try to internalize it. If there's anything I can help with specifically, let me know. And I'm really looking forward to your responses, and I will see you guys next week.